Hello, welcome to this Choco update. So let's see what's happening in the Atlantic and Eastern Pacific, mainly the Atlantic. So we still have potential tropical cyclone 8 there that we discussed the impacts on the severe weather video, and we have tropical depression Gordon there, in the middle of the Atlantic. It's forecast to strengthen into a tropical storm again by like Wednesday, because now there's a bunch of dry air there and everything, so it's kind of struggling, but generally strengthen later into a tropical storm. And here's some wind speed probabilities, but you may need to stay out there in the ocean, so no big threat from this. In the next 7 days, there's still nothing else here forecasted, and the Eastern Pacific too. But we are getting more signs that something might try to form later. So let's see some model runs and some stuff. So here's the GFS. It shows maybe some moisture coming from the gyre and heading towards Jamaica by the 22nd, maybe Hispaniola. Then it shows going towards like Cuba, some moisture, maybe forming to a storm there. The GFS actually forms a hurricane and takes it into Mexico there, but the GFS is highly exaggerating with this, so don't pay attention. But we never know. And then there's the GFS 0Z from earlier today, showed something trying to spin up near Cuba and Jamaica, going towards the Bahamas there in the east coast by the 23rd, 24th. So we'll keep watching this. And there's the European. Let's see if I find a better map here. So here, for example, the Vorticity, we can see here tropical depression Gordon there, and let's see later by like the 20. Wait, let's see if it loads here. By the 21st, still nothing showing up, but that there will be the gyre there, as you can see in Central America. We might start to pick up something there, but the Europeans still not showing anything. Let's see the 12Z from yesterday. So the 12Z from yesterday still didn't have much. So the operational Europeans is not picking up anything yet, but the European AI model is already trying to pick up something. So here, as you can see, as you go through the 22nd, still nothing. 26, but only after the 28th of September, the European AI picks something up forming near the Yucatan and Cuba, and goes into the Yucatan there. But let's see, for example, the 0Z from today showed a similar scenario, something forming on the last days of September near the Yucatan. But let's see the run from yesterday, for example. The one from yesterday tried to form something weak towards Florida there, but something like very weak. And let's see, there's the European AI model, and I think the Canadian one. Or let's see here. So this is another one. It shows like by the 26th, that same scenario there, because it's the European too. So let's see the operational Canadian model. It shows like the 18th, the 20th. By the 22nd starts picking up some lowering pressures there. Then the Canadian actually takes something towards southwestern Florida on the 25th. A tropical storm, maybe a hurricane, but like a tropical storm. So the Canadians are showing some big stuff, but we don't know yet. So let's see here the icon. It shows, let's see, Gordon there, and let's see, like by the 20th there's the gyre there, and then it starts picking up more moisture there, like by the 23rd, but still nothing develop. But even if anything doesn't develop, there'll be a lot of rain there on Cuba, Florida, the Bahamas, and Central America especially, and on the Eastern Pacific side. So be aware. And there's also the Neptune here. By the time frame, it kind of shows something trying to spin up by the 23rd there, the Neptune. So we'll keep monitoring this. There's a bunch of signs showing, and if we switch back like to the European 0C, let's see, some dry air. There's still a bunch of dry air there in the Atlantic near Gordon, but it's kind of in a moisture patch now, but there's more dry air just to the north, and there's dry air in the Caribbean there, still entering the Caribbean, but then we will get that field of moisture there from Central America crossing Cuba and the Bahamas, the big field of moisture, and then there'll be like one high pressure system in the Gulf and another patch of dry air and like high pressure in the Eastern Caribbean. So this will be the main path if something forms for it to form like that green area there of moisture. So those areas have to potentially watch for something, but nothing certain yet. And the wind shear forecast shows like still some high wind shear there in the Atlantic and occasionally in the Caribbean, but kind of gets stronger in Florida and the Gulf by like the 25th and the 20th, but where the gyre is, it shows lower wind shear there, right where it might develop. So we'll keep watching this. And the ensembles from the European shows like, let's see, shows already some more support. They're not huge amounts of support, but already showing some support there. Something trying to form near the Yucatan, but especially just west of the Cayman Islands into Cuba, maybe Florida, the Bahamas. A weak storm or depression by the 26th, 28th. So we'll watch this. And also on the Eastern Pacific, it might form on either side. So we'll watch on the Eastern Pacific too. So already some support there and a little bit of support for something near Africa later. And let's see. And that's Gordon there. And the GFS shows, let's see, shows the GFS has way more support there for something forming, crossing Cuba and Florida, and some members go towards the Bahamas or the Yucatan there, and some on the Eastern Pacific. So we gotta watch, nothing certain, but there's definitely a lot of support, enough to monitor there. So just stay tuned to the news and updates and everything, but nothing to stress about yet. And she also shows some more support near Africa too. So we'll watch this there. And let's see, maybe here back to this other site for the Canadian ensembles that it doesn't show there. So here, let's see, so Western Atlantic. So we can see here like by the 19th, but by the 20th the Canadian starts picking up something, trying to form the Southwestern Caribbean, maybe towards Jamaica, Cuba. Some members go towards Florida, and even a member or two in the Yucatan, but most members do go towards Cuba, Florida, the Bahamas in the last days of September. So definitely something to watch. So be aware there. But let's see, regardless, there'll still be a lot of heavy rain there from this. So in the next 2 days shows more Central America, some more showers and storms in Panama, Costa Rica, Nicaragua there, Guatemala, especially Mexico, some spots close to 30 millimeters. Wait here, like 31 millimeters in Mexico, some more storms too. So be aware. And let's see, the next 3 days, alright, it shows more there, especially in Costa Rica, some central hills there, some foothills there in Costa Rica, maybe some heavier downpours in parts of Panama as well. Nicaragua might have some more downpours, especially eastern, southeastern Nicaragua, northwestern Nicaragua, along with southern Honduras there. And then El Salvador, Guatemala might have some more storms, especially southern Mexico there, be aware. And Marcos Central, southern Mexico. The north is kind of quiet, but still a storm or two there in the northeast. And shows in the Yucatan some more storms too. and especially in Cuba, they're showing a lot of moisture in Cuba, more than 40-50 millimeters there. In the Bahamas too, so 52 millimeters. A lot of storms and moisture in the Bahamas next few days. Storm or two in Jamaica, Cayman Islands, some showers passing by. Haiti and Dominican Republic might have a storm or two, but it's mainly quiet. Especially in Haiti, might be some more showers. And the Eastern Caribbean, there's this field of moisture crossing like St. Vincent the Grenadines, Barbados, St. Lucia, some more showers and storms along that path. The Northeastern Caribbean is still kind of quiet, but Puerto Rico might have a storm or two, and be aware. These next 3 days, but then the next 5 days, still kind of the same there on the Eastern Caribbean. But if you jump to next 5 days in Cuba, alright, it shows like 116 millimeters in Cuba, 106 millimeters in Cuba. So be aware there. There'll be a lot of storms. The Bahamas close to 80 millimeters. So be aware. Let me say this in a different way. Va haver muchas tormentas en Cuba. Precauciones. Good. So let's see here, Central America next 5 days shows a lot in Costa Rica too, close to 100 millimeters from the next 5 days. Nicaragua, more storms too. Guatemala, especially southern Mexico. The Yucatan might start having some more on the eastern shores. Jamaica, and let's see, especially southern Mexico, close to 85 millimeters. So be aware there. Now the GFS. Next 5 days, the GFS shows a lot near the Bahamas and Cuba too, but mainly in Central America. The GFS is more than 145 millimeters in Costa Rica, southern Panama, so be aware in Costa Rica. Both models could be right, we never know. And then in Mexico there, southern Mexico, Guatemala, and Honduras, be aware, and starts building some moisture in the Caribbean already. And then the icon has in the next 5 days, it has a lot in El Salvador and Honduras there. So be aware, in the northwestern Nicaragua too. And then for southern Mexico, some higher spots. The Canadian has the icon has a lot in the Bahamas, and some more the Caribbean there. So be aware. And the model shows those storms there crossing like the Eastern Caribbean, some showers and storms along that path, so be aware there. And in Central America, those heavier storms sometimes there, especially in Cuba, show some heavier storms in the Bahamas, a shower or two in Puerto Rico, a storm or two there in Hispaniola, so be aware, especially in Central America and Cuba and the Bahamas, so be aware. And let's see. The waves are kind of calm, except in the Central Caribbean, some larger waves there because of some winds, and there because of potential tropical cyclone Nate too. So be aware. Might be a little bit large on the Pacific side sometimes as well, and yes, so be aware there. And winds shows like maybe some gusty winds in the Central Caribbean near South America, and mainly this. And as those systems form, we'll have to watch too. So be aware there. And let's see some tropical storm probabilities now from the European model. So there's potential tropical cyclone 8, and then there's Gordon there, kind of re-strengthening to a tropical storm, and then you see the probabilities rising there as Gordon re-strengthens, then it goes out there. But like by the 26th, so only on the 26th, the European starts picking up some probabilities in the Eastern Pacific, near Florida, Cuba, so some 5% tropical storm probabilities there. By the 27th, some 20 to 20% tropical storm probabilities, and even like a 20 to 30% near Florida on the 28th there. So we better watch. And let's see. Tropical depression probabilities shows potential tropical cyclone 8 there in Gordon, some stuff in the Atlantic too, and then Gordon keeps going there. And already by the 22nd, some bigger probabilities on the Eastern Pacific for tropical depression, Central America there, so get watch for heavy rains in all of those areas. By the 23rd, some 30 to 4% tropical depression probabilities just off Honduras. let's see, by the 24th, some 50 to 60% tropical depression probabilities. The Northwestern Caribbean, so that's a high probability already. By the 25th, still 50 to 60% there, probabilities, and then it drifts there. Also high on the Eastern Pacific, so we better watch those areas there. It also has some probabilities in Africa there and the Atlantic, so we'll keep watching that. And let's see here. So this mainly it. So also some very high temperatures there in the Yucatan, in Mexico, in Cuba, more than 30 degrees too. In Haiti, close to 35 degrees. Let's see Puerto Rico in the 30s Celsius, and let's see some 20s there in the islands. Northern Venezuela show like 38 degrees. So yeah, be aware and stay safe. This mainly it. We'll keep monitoring for this potential system and everything, and stay safe from the storms and heavy rains. Bye.